forget what everybody is saying about the best console settings when they're showing you the settings through PC games instead of actually through the console settings. It's crazy to me how people can say, oh, these are the best console settings when they're actually playing on PC. Crazy. But yeah, let's get straight into the video. These settings are what I do believe are the best console settings, especially for Xbox. I've still got to play around with the PlayStation on certain settings, but for Xbox, these are definitely worth trying. Straight in, we're going to go straight into the interface and have a look at the interface. Global, you want to turn that to off. Like the first one, the visual support preset, turn that off completely. Menu prompts, have that set to automatic. Game tips, have that turned on, just in case there's like new things in the game that people don't know or haven't come across just yet. Tutorial, have that turned off. Skip kill cam, have that turned off. You can have that turned on if you want to skip the kill cam, just get back in the game. I know quite a few people that I vibe with have theirs turned off just so they can get straight back in the action. They haven't got to worry about the 5-second in like split where the kill cam is loading up type of thing. Tool tips, again, have that turned on in case there's new tips that are in the game that people haven't come across yet. I know in zombies there's a few things that pop up and people haven't even put a video out on that yet, so maybe might cover that. I'm not really a zombie player, but might cover that. Server latency, have that turned on. Packet loss, have that turned on, just so you know you're getting the best latency. Obviously, depending on what servers you play on, me being EU, if I play on NA, I'm getting roughly between 100 and 120 ping. So it's always nice to see on the top left. Packet loss, obviously you definitely want packet loss on in case there's issues with the servers. Typical Call of Duty, there's always issues with the servers. Clock, I have mine turned on because people normally ask what time is it where I am, and it's easy just to look at the top left of the screen and it shows me the time. Connection meter, have that turned off. Readability, subtitles, I have mine set to custom. Campaign, have it turned off. Multiplayer turned on. Zombies turned off. Warzone turned off. Just because multiplayer, I don't know, it's one of them things. I've always had the subtitles on for multiplayer but off for everything else. Subtitle size, got it set to default. Subtitle background opacity, got it set to 0. Just so it's the writing, it's not like a black box or anything. Menu text size, default. Text chat, text size, default. Text chat background, I have that set to 70. With text chat message duration short. Color customization, this is where it gets important. If you want the maps to pop and really bring out the better colors, you want to set the HUD palette. The HUD palette is down to each individual. As long as if you've got the enemy set to like a dark-ish red. Obviously, I've got mine set to the 2nd level, as you can see. But you want something, in my opinion, that's going to stand out from the rest of the map, if you like. So obviously you're going to be yellow as standard, your team's going to be blue, party's going to be green. Neutral, again, it's like B or C on the map. You know if it's contested or not. Obviously if it's contested, it's going to be yellow. Squad member colours, again, totally up to you. Haven't really played around too much with the squad colours. But this setting, the colour filter setting, is what you want to play around with. And literally it makes a night and day difference between how the maps look. You want to go to colour filter and set that to filter 2. The colour filter target, you want to set it to both. World colour intensity and interface colour intensity, set that to 100. And they will improve the map brightness and textures and everything. It's a no-brainer. Now the game HUD, safe area, you want to bring it all the way in and all the way down. That will bring the mini-map closer in instead of you looking to the top left and having it right in the corner. Actually brings it in so you can just literally look. To me, I find it a lot easier. I know quite a few other people playing MW2, MW3, especially MW3. They were tweaking theirs to bring theirs in more, especially the competitive players. HUD preset we're going to go over in a second. Minimap, I have it set to square. Minimap rotation on, radar off, minimap, compass type. Vehicle HUD prompts fade after 10 seconds. In-game text chat on. Player's name's full name. You can set that to abbreviation if you want. Personally, I find it a lot easier having full name, because if there's someone griefing or being racist or homophobic, then it's easier to report. Yes, I am one of them type of people. There's only so much I will take. I'm all for being yourself and stuff, but when you're being vile and you're attacking, then I just, even if I'm not talking in game chat, I will just report. Just because I don't agree with people being so disrespectful. At the end of the day, everybody has a right to play games without being attacked. Unless you're an absolute moron and you're the one that's attacking people, then I do believe people should be allowed to attack you back. But again, I know people that have attacked back and never had a comms ban, so it's one of them. Crosshair, I have that turned on just so I can line up my shots better, because I'm not the best shot in the game. But having the crosshairs turned on, it's big improvement. It helps you. The crosshair dot, I have it turned on. The scale, I have it turned largest, just so I know I'm hitting my shots when I'm like it's easier to line up the dot. I know on some of the monitors you can have a setting where the crosshairs on the monitor. I find that a bit off-putting personally, but doing it through the game is a lot easier and a lot better for me. Crosshair spread, turn that on. The opacity for the crosshair, I have that set to 100. And then I have custom colour, purple of all colours, because purple is my favourite colour. Hit marker, I have that the hit marker visuals, you want that turned on. The damage based hit markers, again turned on. Weapon information, I have that all set to 100. But the preset that I go by, which is my custom one, is square minimap. You want it squared. Squared gives you more intel of where the enemies are, especially if you got a UAV popped. It will ping the red dots, and you can actually see more with the square than you can with the round. Compass type, minimap. Minimap rotation, turn that on. Radar, have that turned off. Scale, I have that set to 125. I have been playing around with that, and I find 120 to 125 is the sweet spot. I think out of the box it's set to 100 in the standard settings, so it's one of them. It's down to user. It's down to each user to have their set to how they like it. I think most people should have that set to 120, 125 ish. Information, have it set to all. Icon scale 115. Minimap opacity set to 90. Weapon information with basically these ones are just what's on the front bit, but this top bit I've just gone over is basically the tweaks that you can change in the custom, especially having the scale set to 125. I find that a lot better. We've already gone through the colours. Audio, I've got my master volume set to 100. Press X on Xbox. I don't know what it is on PlayStation without looking. I totally forgot. I'm more of a Xbox player than a PlayStation player, so I do apologise. I think it's square. But yeah, you open up the added menu. Gameplay music, I have mine set to 10. In MW2 and MW3, I had music all the way turned off, but it's nice to just have something in the background while you're waiting to get into a lobby. Although the wait times are not that long to get into a lobby. Dialogue volume 70. Effect volume 100. Cinematic music volume, have that turned off. I don't really want the cinematic music. I'd rather have it like pre-lobby and stuff. Audio mix, now I've been playing around with Sucker Punch, sorry, headphone bass boost and tryout mix. Sucker Punch is, to me, just, it brings out the footsteps a lot more. There is a few people that are claiming to do audio tweaks. There's only one person I would trust to do my audio tweaks personally, and that's myself. But I am looking at talking to someone that can do console audio tunes, so it's better than who I said in my last settings video, because they can actually cater for PC and console as long as you've got a capture card. Mono audio, have that turned off. Mute licensed music off. Hearing compensation turned off. Configure frequency intensity. This is what's going to be played around with, like the frequencies and stuff to bring out like more footsteps and stuff. I know there's a few people. Obviously, I spoke to a few people already. There's a few people that are going to tweak these settings, just because I'm not 100% when it comes to these kind of fine tuning. So they're going to play around with it and explain it in better detail to me, so I can then start playing around with tunes and audio tunes, which I think is a good thing that Call of Duty have actually added this into the game. Obviously, there's other tunes that you can do on PC. I don't agree with them because it's using third party personally, but having this option to tune stuff is a big W in my opinion. Reduce tinnitus sound, have that turned on. Hit marker preset, have that set to classic. Voice chat, voice chat is all dependent on whether you use an external mic or a HyperX headset with a microphone, or an Astro A40s or A50s with a microphone. Turtle Beach, again, it all depends. These volume bits are all dependent. But you want voice chat on, prox chat on if you want to listen to everybody in game as well. Body shield chat, again, body shield chat. I don't really do much of the body shield, but when I have, it's been live mic'd, and some people have been absolutely hilarious, whispering sweet nothing kind of thing. It's all in banter. I've hardly had any racial or homophobic remarks made. It's all been friendly-ish, friendly for Call of Duty. I'll say that. Last word voice chat, have that turned on. Game voice channel, I have mine set to all lobby. Voice chat output device, again, have it set to headset. Microphone level, I have mine set to 2 because I don't use, obviously, headphones. I use IEMs with the short SM7B. Excuse me. Microphone, obviously you want to test it and you can play around with certain things on there. Like, obviously you turn the test on so you know when to put your microphone level up or down. Obviously the higher your level is, the more distorted your mic sounds as well. I know Reed Boy, which is currently doing a camo grind for BO6, I know he has some weird settings to put his opposition off, especially like when he's in the gulag and stuff. Open mic sensitivity, have mine set to 2, again using an external mic. Mute yourself when connecting to the channel, I have that turned off. And then going to graphics, right, display. If you can, right, if you have a 120 hertz refresh rate monitor or TV, have this turned on. If you don't have it turned on, but your monitor is capable of doing it, then you're putting yourself at a disadvantage straight away. If you haven't got the option for 120 hertz refresh rate, then obviously you can't turn it on, but that'd be something I would look at if I was you, to improve your gaming experience, or if you're a streamer, improve your streaming experience, because console 120 hertz refresh rate is better than 60, but obviously PC they're going crazy with refresh rate on PC, but it's a boost on console. Gamma and brightness, I have mine set to 55. I think it's standard 50, so it's just brightened up a little bit. Eco mode, have mine set off because when I had it turned on, I did find it caused a few issues. I do apologise. You can hear the background of someone cutting down the tree. I do apologise about that. But eco mode, I have mine turned off because when I had it turned on, the game felt more laggy in eco mode, so I've got it turned off. Quality, you want world motion blur off. You want weapon motion blur off. Depth of field off. Fidelity cache on. Fidelity FX cache strength. I've been playing around with this. 90 to 95 seems to be the sweet spot. Normally I run around about 90. But again, it's one of them things you've got to play around with. On-demand texture streaming, I have it set to optimized. You can have it set to minimum. I've got mine set to optimized. You have it set to optimized. It all depends on your internet as well. If you've got really good internet, then obviously you can change the cache size to large or auto, or keep it on auto. I've got mine set to small. Download limits, I've got it turned on. Daily download limit is 1.0. Then going over to the view. Motion reduction preset, again turned off. Field of view, I've got mine, well, I did have mine set to 115. There you go. Affected, wide. Third person field of view set to 90. Vehicle field of view, got it set to wide. Camera movement, you want it set to 50. You want both of them set to 50. Third person ADS transition. I don't really do third person, so third person ADS. Inverted flashbang, I have that turned on normally. Just to stop the white flashy light, like when the flash goes off, the screen going pure white. Especially if you're playing late at night and you're in the dark kind of thing, and then everything just like brightens up. I know a few PC players have theirs turned off because when their screen goes black, which obviously if you have it inverted, your screen will go black, not white. On PC, there's a lot of players that have theirs turned off because when their screen went black, they thought they were dev erroring, which is fair enough. Controller settings. Obviously, playing on Xbox, I play with the SCUF. And controller settings, I do play with SCUF. Obviously, is there a better brand than the SCUF? I don't believe there is at the moment. There's a lot of other brands. I've played with a few other brands, wasn't convinced, but obviously playing with the SCUF, I have it set to default. Stick layout again default. Sensitivity, I have that set. I have it offset. I have an 8 and a 6, 8 horizontal, just so you can spin around a lot quicker, looking left and right. It's very rare you should be looking up and down anyway, personally. But I have that set to 6. Simplified control preset turned off. Low motor strain preset turned off. Bumper ping turned off. Swap the bumpers and the triggers again turned off. Controller vibration. For me, I can have it turned on because I've got all my motors, the vibration motors, taken out of every single controller that I have. Just because I don't like the vibration in controllers. Especially in FPS games, it can cost you gunfights. So if I was you, I'd turn it off unless you like the vibration, if that's your kind of thing. Dead zone input. I have literally got 0 on the left stick, 75 on the max, 0 on the right stick, 99 on the max, left trigger 0, 0. I do have Hall effects in all of my controllers. I have them put in from a third party, and just because Hall effect is the way to go. There are a few controllers that you can get Hall effect sticks on. I know my old controller that was in the last video that I mentioned had some great Hall effect sticks, 0 stick drift. Again, that's one thing I do love about Hall effect. But it's like these, I literally have it set to 0 and it goes back to centering. That's me obviously moving the stick around, then go the stick, and it goes back to 0. Now, if you haven't got Hall effects, and let's say you're pulling, say let's say 3.3 or 3.4%, then you just want to bump this up to about 3. If you go above 8, I would say 8 in this game. If you go above 8, then I'd really recommend you getting a new controller, personally. The left stick max, I have that set to 75. Again, I've been playing around with this. I've gone as far as 65. Between 65 and 75 is the sweet spot for me. I know people have said, well, if 65 to 75 is a sweet spot, why are you not running it at 70? But again, I'm still playing around. The game's, what, a day old? For me, it's 2 days old because I flew out to New Zealand to play it early. But yeah, you want this set to 75 just so you haven't got to push all the way up on your left stick to move forward or sideways. It acts quicker, like quicker responsive. Aiming, sensitivity multiplier. I have all these set to standard, apart from the ADS sensitivity multiplier. I have that set to 0.85. Just because it feels better to me that way. Look inversion on foot, standard. Aiming advanced settings. Look inversion, all these are standard. ADS sensitivity transition. I want it instant. I don't want this ADS slow moving and then the ADS. I want it straight onto ADS. Third person ADS correction type assisted. Aim response curve type dynamic. I'm playing around with dynamic at the moment, especially with the aim response curve slope. But linear, if you can shoot a gun, because the guns in this game have a bit of recoil over 44 meters. I do find roughly in the 10 to 35-ish meters, the guns are easy to handle with hardly any recoil. But I'm just playing around at the moment with dynamic. Custom sensitivity per zoom, I've got that turned off. As you can see, all these are locked to standard. Target aim assist, you want that turned on, obviously. Then over to movement, we want tactical sprint assist turned on. Now, people have said having it turned on, it feels a bit sluggish when you're going into a sprint. What you want to do is press X or B on PlayStation, I think it is, and go to sprint assist delay. Out of the box, it's set to 400. You want to turn that down all the way to 0, and you won't get any delay when you're about to sprint. Sprint assist sideways, have that turned on, and the backwards, have that turned on. Obviously, omni movement. Mantle assist, have that turned off. Crouch assist turned off. Corner slice, have that turned off because I don't like the way the gun sort of tilts or kinks when you look around corners and stuff. I'd rather keep the gun how I like it, and that's up straight. Slide dive behavior, I've got mine set to hybrid, so I've got the best of both. Quite a few people are using slide only or dive only. Hybrid, it takes a while to get used to, but for me, I press my left stick in and tap to slide, and it will do a dive. So it takes a while to learn, but it's definitely worth learning. Auto door peek, have that set to off. Automatic airborne mantle turned off. Sprint restore turned on. Slide maintain sprint turned on. Parachute, again, that's only for Warzone, so I've got it turned off at the moment. I'm still going to have it turned off in Warzone because I like putting my shoot last minute. Mantle cancels reload. I've got mine set to turned off. Obviously, I spoke to a few people and they've said they've got theirs turned on. For me, I found it quite annoying. Thinking I've reloaded, jumped over a box or something, gone into a gunfight to find I've only got 5 or 10 bullets in my gun and losing the gunfight from it. So I've got mine set to off. Especially if I'm jumping over the box and I'm reloading, it doesn't cancel it out. Movement advanced settings. I've got sprint tactical sprint behavior set to toggle. Move forward, auto move forward turned off. Ground mantle turned on, just because it's easier to pole vault over things, and easier to win gunfights that way. I know a few people have that turned off. I have it turned on just for the engagement of gunfight. You can get over a lot quicker, as well as pulling your gun up a lot quicker. Tactical sprint activation, single tap to run. Plunging underwater, I've got that set to free. Sprinting door bash, got that set to on. Vehicle advanced settings, haven't really touched any of these just because there's no vehicles in multiplayer. Combat, aim down sight behavior, hold. Weapon mount activation, ADS and melee. Dedicated melee weapon activation, hold and melee. Armor plate behavior, apply all. C4 detonation activation, all at once. Equipment behavior, hold. Manual fire behavior, press. Combat advanced settings, we've got hold, ping, sprint tactical, sprint focus, short delay, tap to reload. Sprint cancels reload, got that turned off. ADS stick swap off. Depleted ammo weapon switch turned off. Body shield finishing move behavior, prioritized to finish a move because I'm not really one for doing the body shield. So it can be fun, don't get me wrong, like I said earlier, it can be fun, but I'd rather just finish people and get the XP. Overlay advanced settings, inventory control, D-pad, moderate and hold. And those are my settings. Hopefully they help you improve, or at least win some of your gunfights better. I know there's a few people that are saying these are the best settings for console when they're showing it through PC, which I know they're doing it for the views and stuff, but giving misinformation out, I do think, in my opinion, it's wrong. Because how can you give best console settings when you're playing through a PC and you don't really play console that much. I am obviously a console player, obviously. But yeah, those are my settings. Hopefully they help one person, or obviously if you don't know about certain settings, like hidden settings, hopefully you can adapt to that. But yeah, I've put about 4-5 hours into just playing with the settings, and I think these are the best settings for console. But if you do these settings and set these settings up yourself and you like them, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Comment down below if you have an issue with anything, and I'll try and get back to you as quick as possible with it. But yeah, until the next one, take it easy.